Hello, right, quick video on how to remove the shroud and install a moderator to the Reximex Regime. This came up a while ago on the AGF forum. Someone couldn't quite figure out how to get the shroud off. So the Reximex Regime is a bullpup. It's quite a short little rifle, as you can see there. And just put my video back, camera back. The barrel is very short. Now, to get the shroud off, you need to turn the whole barrel. Don't just turn the end. The end here is a little cap. We'll get to that in a minute. So you turn the whole barrel and it will come out. There's quite a long thread on it. I've already loosened this one, but it's quite a long thread. So you have to turn it quite a lot, and eventually it will slide out. Okay. Now, if you can see here, I don't know if you can see that, there is a threaded section here, but it's not a normal half-inch UNF. This is basically to center the shroud, so when the shroud goes on, it stops the shroud from hitting the actual gun barrel. So it's sort of a spacer, if you like. To get a mod on, you need to take this little threaded piece off, and again, this just turns. So if you turn it, this comes off, and this threaded section now is the half-inch UNF where you can get your moderator on. So let me just put the camera back. So I've actually got a Reximex Silent Force sound moderator, which I bought when I bought this Reximex, because I'd quite like to have the option of putting a mod on. I've tried it with the shroud and I've tried it with the mod, and there's not a lot of difference, to be honest, and I prefer the shroud. So anyway, to get the mod on, so obviously this mod has got a half-inch UNF thread. This barrel's got a half-inch UNF, so any moderator with a half-inch UNF, you just screw it on. Yeah. So there's the Reximex Regime with the moderator on. I'm just going to take that back off. And inside the Reximex Regime, they do have baffles. So if I undo this, I'll just turn that camera around a bit. So if I unscrew this, whoop, there are pieces of a shroud. There's quite a few pieces actually. There we go. So I don't know if you can see that. So there's the end cap that goes in the end of the shroud. Then you've got all these little baffles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baffles. You can see that there. So they all look like that, and obviously they just slot into each other. So you got one, and then it slots in, and then the next one slots in, and they just provide a slightly smaller tube inside the barrel, and presumably moderate the sound a little bit. There's a spring at the end, so that when you screw the shroud back on, it provides a bit of resistance when you put the end cap on. It's like the end cap is pushing against that spring just ever so slightly, so there's a bit of tension there, presumably to help hold the shroud in place. So to get the shroud back in, you just put everything back in the shroud. So I'm going to put the spring in, put the baffles in. They all look to be exactly the same, these baffles, so I don't think it's crucial which way round you put them in. The holes inside appear to be the same side. It's not like the holes get bigger or smaller, or the baffles get bigger or smaller. So then, to put the shroud back on, you put the threaded spacer cap on the barrel. Try not to cross thread it. So that's on and tight. Then obviously carefully, actually what I'm going to do is put the end cap on here first. So I'm going to put the end cap back on the barrel, slide all those down, and carefully slide. There is a little O-ring on this spacer, or it feels like a rubber O-ring. So be a bit careful when you're taking the shroud on and off that you're not dislodging or moving that that O-ring. That's it. I can feel it's back on the thread now, and then literally you just tighten it back up again. I said it had quite a long thread on this, so I wasn't exaggerating. That's it, we're there now. So I'm just going to give that a final tighten. Obviously I'm not going to use any tools on the shrouds because it would scratch it. And that's it basically. So there you go, that's how to remove and to replace the barrel shroud, or to fit a moderator to the Reximex Regime. Hope that's useful to someone. Cheers, bye.